Good evening to one and all present here. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Looking Glass Project, an initiative of the 10th year celebrations of our school, replacing the International Theme Day while continuing to maintain the same spirit of the International Theme Day. I am Ms. Muttumeenal and I will be taking you through this afternoon's proceedings. The Looking Glass Project provides an opportunity for our students to engage in a deeper inquiry about the topic of their interest, thus bringing in the agency along with the strong development. Over the past few years, the International Theme Day has been a vital event at school where a particular theme or a concept is explored across grades. Our students, according to their grade level, integrate this concept into whatever unit of inquiry they are engaged with. The Looking Glass project has now been conceptualized at school as one such wonderful opportunity to further and hone the various skills in our young learners. I now invite Ashwin of grade 2 to welcome the gathering this afternoon. Over to you, Ashwin.
Okay. Thank you, Muttumeenal ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure welcoming you all to the Looking Glass product presentations this afternoon. In the past years, we used to have International Theme Day celebrations at school, where we had presentations or performances of our research work with an IT theme. We had parents and visitors who were come and encourage us. We also enjoyed working as a group in groups under the guidance of our facilitators. We conducted research on various topics, gathered information and presented them through charts, models, puppet shows, skits, presentations, etc. These kind of events help us gain a lot of confidence. Personally, I enjoyed choosing my own research topic, framing the questions and gathering information about them. It was a delight to be on our own in conducting some experiments and presenting the same to our peers and parents. Welcome to our presentations this afternoon. I hope you all will enjoy them and take back some valuable learning from each of the presentations this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwin. We are happy to introduce our fourth set of presenters today who are truly going to share, shine, and inspire all of us. They have chosen their topic of interest, framed questions, and have conducted a detailed research. So here they are with their presentation. Let us listen to what they have to share. We now begin with the first presentation by Keshav from grade 2. Keshav chose the topic, the power of slokas, for his Looking Glass project. He has been an enthusiastic researcher. He started inquiring about the impact of sound vibration as a basis to analyze the power of slokas. He constructed focused questions for his research and used various primary and secondary resources to gather information. He evaluated and selected evidence from multiple sources based on relevance and usefulness to answer his research questions. He was able to draw conclusions towards the end of his research process. He was open-minded to respond to suggestions and exhibited academic honesty by citing all the sources.
Good afternoon, teachers, friends, and parents. I am excited to present my research work for the Looking Glass project as part of my school's 10th year celebration. I will be presenting on the topic, the power of slokas. I have been learning slokas from the age of 4 when I was asked to choose a topic for the Looking Glass project, I decided to research the reason behind it. This research is about my belief system from my environment. As we explore about knowing our identity, I have used this opportunity to inquire and explore mine. So what are slokas? Slokas are poems in praise of gods or gurus and can sometimes establish the Vedic philosophy followed by a particular school of thought. These are my open-ended questions that I framed for my research topic. I did my primary research by asking questions and having discussions at elders at home. I did my secondary research by referring to some books, websites, and YouTube videos. Sound is very powerful. Every word we utter creates a sound vibration which has a good or a bad impact both on the person who says it and hears it. For example, when we hear a lion roar, it creates fear, but when we hear a sound of hummingbird, it feels soothing. So it's very important to speak and listen to pleasant words and not to unpleasant ones. When we recite slokas, it creates positive sound waves. This can be proved with the water experiment. Water has memory and reacts based on the sound. To research further, I saw videos on how sound impacts water. Many scientists have done this research on this. For example, a Japanese scientist, Dr. Masaru Emoto, studied for many years on how water molecules change their structure based on the sound inputs. In this slide, we can observe the different shapes formed by water molecules based on the different kinds of sound inputs. I could make a connection it's a Vedic ritual called Punyavachanam done at my home on many occasions. Pandits chant mantras on a water pot and sprinkle that water to purify the place. So the sound vibration of mantras are transformed into the water. I exhibited my thinker attribute by making this connection. Now going back to the experiment. After watching the videos, I was very curious to do the experiment myself. I tried doing this experiment by inputting two kinds of sound to water, one by reciting a sloka and another by playing an unpleasant heavy music. प्रतिवदश्रेणिवेजनाः परगुणस्थानघोषणा जनिमयस्थानकारणा जगदवस्थानकारणा निखिलदुष्कर्मदर्शना निगमतद्धर्मदर्शना. After freezing the water, I took it out and broke it into pieces, but I could not see any pattern and realized that I need a microscope to examine the structure. I'm still curious and hope to find ways to identify the structure in the future. Now, let's see how in real life sound vibrations from shlokas protect people. In Tirupati, many years ago, there was a pandemic which affected the children. Swami Vedanta Deshika, a Sri Vaishnava Acharya, chanted the Sudarshan Ashtakam, which cured them and the pandemic vanished. We chant the shloka at home every day, which protects us from the ongoing pandemic. Given the time limit, I am narrating only one story. For the others, you may refer the book in the reference slide. These are not examples of magical powers, but results of sound vibrations said with full faith and devotion. The following are the inferences from my research work. Reciting shlokas keeps us positive. Shlokas are very powerful and helps us achieve good benefits. Acharyas and rishis write shlokas because of the mercy on the common people who may not able to learn the difficult Vedas. To conclude, shlokas gives us power to stay positive and helps in our spiritual wellness. I have understood that everyone can get benefits by reciting shlokas with full faith and devotion. Going forward, I want to continue learning more shlokas and reciting them to enjoy its benefits. By listening to my presentation, I hope you would gain some insights on the power of words and benefits of reciting shlokas. My enduring understanding is that words have power and we should be conscious about what we speak and listen to. During this research process, I developed my research and communication skills. I was open-minded to listen to different perspectives and was curious to learn throughout the process. I would like to thank my parents, gurus, and my mentor at school for helping me in this topic. In this project. Let's practice speaking and listening to pleasant words and use the power of sound and spread positivity. Thank you.
Thank you, Keshav. That was an amazing presentation and it was a niche topic. For those who are interested to learn slokas, please refer to the website that Keshav has provided in this presentation. We now move on to the next student, Ashwath from grade 4. Ashwath had been very passionate in his entire research process on the topic rocket fuels. He wanted to deeply understand different types of rocket fuels and their characteristics. He also came up with some interesting findings to make the fuels more environment friendly. He showcased his technical skills creatively by designing an e-book on rocket fuels, which is quite commendable. He exhibited academic honesty by appropriately citing all the sources he had referred to in his research process. He was quite open to suggestions and incorporated every small detail expected for a presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. I'm Ashwath from grade 4A. I'm here to present my looking glass project on rocket fuel. I had chosen this topic because my childhood dream is to become a rocket scientist, and hence I wanted to explore more about rockets and their fuel. I am inspired by Elon Musk as he means a lot to me. I personally admire him, and I'm sure I'll be more like him. So, let me explain my understanding of rockets and their fuel. Rockets were first used as weapons, but now they are using them in various fields. Recently, the James Webb Telescope was also launched throughout the Ariane 5 rocket by NASA, which will be a life-changing moment as we observe space more deeply. Rocket fuels work on Newton's third law of motion, which every action has an equal and opposite reaction. By firing fuel just like we fire Diwali rockets, it works throughout force being expelled. There are three types of rocket fuels. The solid rocket fuels are simple and relatable, like a candle, and once ignited, there is no stopping them. They burn until they run out, and they can't be throttled through control tests. So it's unmanageable energy. Ammonium nitrate is used widely here. Liquid rocket fuels. Liquid rocket fuels provide less push but can be controlled, allowing astronauts to regulate the speed of a rocket fuel. Here, liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen are used here. Other than these gas propellants, gel propellants were used as alternative fuels but in lesser quantities. But as a responsible human being, we must think of our future generations, so it will be ideal to use solar power as photons in the rocket fuel, which are not perishable sources. As we all know, the sun never stops shining. The attributes I exhibited are inquirer, and I developed my curiosity on rocket fuels. I wanted to become a rocket scientist. Skills I developed were research, thinking, communication skills. I created this book using Book Creator as I wanted to write a book on rockets. So thank you for listening to me. I would like to thank my teachers and school for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Ashwath. That was a lot of information about rocket fuels, and we wish you all the very best to become a rocket scientist sometime. Now we have Kabir from grade 2. Kabir chose the topic origami for his looking glass project. He was very passionate throughout his research work. He started inquiring about the history of origami, elements of origami, and he came up with strong WH questions and followed the research process perfectly. He used various online sources to gather the information. He showcased his talent by creating colorful origami images and narrated an interesting story to his peers.
Hi, I'm Kabir Menanwadkar from Aksharatbol International School, Grade 2, and this is my very first looking glass project. And my topic is origami, and I would love to show you what I learned in origami and how I made origami. This is Mr. Fox, and he is my very first origami that I made in my homeroom class storytelling presentation. And from there, I got really interested in origami and I wanted to make more and more. Then I started making animals. Mr. Fox has few questions about origami that I want to clear. So why not we do it right now? What is origami? Origami is the art of folding paper creatively. What are the elements of origami? The elements of origami is paper and glue. Oh, what's that noise? Oh, yes, here again. May I ask you another question? Yeah? Okay. When did origami emerge? Origami emerged in Japan and it emerged in the 17th century. I was interested in origami because it has endless shapes and I started out in the beginning and it seemed really interesting. Then I moved on to advanced, then I really liked it. And this is why I chose it for my looking glass project. I researched using fun YouTube channels and going through Google, and the YouTube channels I used are Gary Easy Origami and Colors Paper. The material I use for my origami is paper and of different sizes and colors, just like the traditional way. Wait a minute. Is there some tiptoes coming? Oh, it's Mr. Fox. He would like to introduce you to his new friend. I really hope you liked my origami and I will keep doing it because I think origami is a really creative skill requiring a lot of focus and effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Kabir. That was an amazing presentation and it was really interesting to see Mr. Fox and his bunch of friends. We now move on to the next student, Moksha from grade 4. Moksha has chosen marine animals as the topic for her looking glass project because, as she says in her own words, we have learned so much about land animals, but I don't know anything about marine animals. So that's why I chose it. She has done her best research. She has done her best to research and got the information together with the limited time she had. She has accepted the feedback gracefully and has been very independent throughout this process. She has displayed academic honesty by citing her source.
Hi, my name is Moksha Dikshit and today I will be presenting about marine animals. Why I'm presenting about marine animals is because I knew very little about marine animals. So I made this presentation to learn about marine animals. The first question is, what are marine animals? Marine animals live in water bodies like ocean, river, lakes, ponds, etc. And a few of these species are lobster, dolphin, whales, etc. The second question is, how many species of fish are there in the world? According to the World Register of Marine Species, worms, the total number of marine species known to us is about 2,440,000 species, 21 census. However, it is estimated that there are 1.4 or 1.6 million marine species in the world on Earth. The second question is, how deep can marine animals go in water? The deepest dwelling fish have been found at roughly 27,000 feet. However, the fish aren't the only creature that can be found at such incredible depth. Some whales, seals, and other cetaceans are able to live in depths nearly 10,000 feet. The next question is, how do marine animals breathe in water? Water has oxygen too. Fish get the oxygen mm, uh, in their bodies need by pumping water over their gills. For this reason, most fish are and other aquatic animals that get oxygen from water can survive on land very long. Do fish sleep? While fish do not sleep in the same way that land animals sleep, most fish do rest. Research shows that the fish may reduce their activities and metabolism while remaining alert to danger. These periods of suspend animation may perform restorative, restorative functions as sleep does in people. These are the sources I use for searching all of my pictures and answers. And these are the types of marine animals. A few of types of marine animals are birds, fishes, reptiles, sea lions, seals, shark and rays, squid, octopus, whale and dolphins. Thank you.
Thank you, Moksha. That was a lovely presentation, and we are happy to see the academic honesty being built in so beautifully, citing the image source and the information source as well. We now have Skanda on stage. Skanda has chosen to explore stories of Egyptian civilization and Egyptian mythology. He speaks about how the universe evolved along with the gods and goddesses of Egyptian mythology and explores the temple of Anubis shrine. Inspired by his learnings, he has given a performance of a story from Egyptian mythology, the death of Osiris.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kanda, and for the Looking Glass project, I chose to research on Egyptian mythology. I love the stories in Egyptian mythology, and this made me eager to learn more about this. These are my research questions. How was the universe created to Egyptian mythology? Who are the gods and goddesses in the stories of Egyptian mythology? What is the temple of Anubis shrine about? How was the universe created according to Egyptian mythology? At the beginning of the universe, there was total chaos, which made Atum created himself with his mind and sheer force of his will. Slowly, Atum created rest of the world. Atum was the god of creation and heavens. Atum's children were Shu, god of the air, and Tefnut, god of mist and moisture. They gave birth to Geb, the god of earth, and Nut, the goddess of sky. Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys was born to them. The temple of Anubis shrine was named after god Anubis. He is the priest of Anubis, the god of the dead, who conduct the ceremonies, sacrifices, and chant magical incantations. Inspire the answers to the questions. I would like to show you my performance and one of the famous stories in Egyptian mythology. Once upon a time, a god named Osiris and his wife Isis ruled the gods. Osiris had a younger brother called Seth, who was the god of evil, chaos. Seth married his sister Nephthys, the goddess of darkness and destruction. So when Osiris was ruling Egypt, Seth got jealous, so he got his men to make a coffin which was made to only fit Osiris. After they finished the coffin, Seth made a party for the gods and said if anyone fits the coffin, they get the prize. Everyone tried to fit themselves into, but they failed. Some were fat and some were short, some were tall. Finally, Osiris went and won. Suddenly said, shut the coffin and locked Osiris in it and threw the coffin in the Nile River. Meanwhile, in Egypt, Isis was searching for him with the help of Nephthys. So the two of them disguised themselves as birds and searched for him. The coffin was found intertwined to a banyan plant. Soon some priests found out the tree gave them immortality. They informed their king about a magical coffin, and he became very curious to know what it was about. Overhearing this Isis turned into a maiden and told the king, "I can make your son immortal." The king was shocked, hearing his words from the maiden. He grew happy immediately and agreed, but Isis threw the baby into fire so she can burn away his mortal flesh. The queen saw that she attacked the maiden Isis in rage. Then the king, who lost his son, chance of immortality, was dejected. When Isis showed a true form, as the king and the queen felt threatened, the king asked, "What do you want to please you?" Isis responded, "I want a coffin." She took the coffin out of the tree and said, "You can have the tree." With her magical power, Isis threw spells to bring back her husband. During this process, she certainly spotted Set hide Osiris' body in a tomb and ran away in fear. Set found the body and cut the body into 14 parts and scattered them toward Egypt. And after a while, Isis found most of the parts, but she was missing the heart. According to Egypt mythology, without the heart, Osiris must rule only the underworld. Isis wanted revenge. She had a son named Horus. She used her son to attack his uncle Set, who was killed in the battle. Thus, Horus became the king of the gods, and Isis became happy. So that's my citation. Thank you. Bye.
That was a remarkable performance, Chanda, and thank you for taking us to a time travel through the Egyptian civilization. Up next is Ashwin from grade 2. Ashwin chose to research volcanoes. He has been an energetic researcher right from the commencement of this Looking Glass project. He wanted to enhance his knowledge about volcanoes and framed open-ended questions, which ultimately led him to a deeper research. He evaluated his choice of resources and relied both on primary and secondary sources for his research. He also tried to simulate a volcano by constructing a model and was excited to see the result of the same. Ashwin was open-minded to incorporate the suggestions provided and enhance his presentation.
Hi, my name is Ashwin from grade 2A, and I was chosen Volcano for my Looking Glass project. So now I'm going to tell you why I chose Instant Volcano for my Looking Glass project. So when I was scrolling through the choices in Looking Glass project, Instant Volcano caught my eye instantly. And I've always wondered how a volcano and what happens when it erupts, and so on. This helped me answer all my questions, and let me share it with you. See what a volcano is and how it is formed. A volcano is a mountain or hill with an opening on the top. It's formed when magma erupts from the surface of the earth. When magma comes out of the volcano, it is called lava. Over a long period of time, it cools down, turning into a rock called igneous rock. When more the eruption, bigger the size of the volcano. Why it is formed? As we all know, there are tectonic plates under the surface of the earth. When one tectonic plate moves under another tectonic plate, or when they move away from each other, it creates a path for the magma to rise. When the magma chamber collects enough magma, it forces a way up to the surface and erupts. Now let's see the parts of the volcano. There are 5 main parts of the volcano. The first one, magma chamber, the pool of magma under the surface of the earth. Second, conduit, is an underground passage through which magma reaches the vent. The third, vent, is an opening in the earth's surface through which volcanic materials escape. Fourth, crater, is the mouth of the volcano from which the magma flows out as lava. Fifth, lava. It is molten rock that comes out of the volcano. To our favorite bit, the interesting facts. My first interesting fact is the name volcano was derived from the Roman god of fire, Vulcan. My second interesting fact is volcanoes can be active or dormant. If the volcano erupted within 10,000 years, it is called active volcano. A dormant volcano is the one that hasn't erupted in 10,000 years. My third one is underwater volcanoes. Underwater volcanic eruptions cause tsunamis. My fourth one is the largest active volcano is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. My fifth one is there are 1,350 active volcanoes. My sixth one is most volcanoes are found in the Ring of Fire that encircle the Pacific Ocean. This is my volcano model, and I'm going to show you my instant volcano experiment. So I'm going to, now in this bottle I put baking soda, food coloring and liquid soap, and I'm going to put this bottle inside my volcano. Okay, now I put the bottle inside the volcano. Now I'm going to pour this vinegar into the volcano. Okay, so now it's rising and it's erupting! Ta-da! This is gonna be awesome. This time it's erupting slowly down the mountain. You can see it right here.
Thank you, Ashwin. That was an amazing presentation, and we were excited to see the molten lava flowing out of the mountain. The last presenter of the day we have is Tarun. Tarun was very excited about his research topic on rockets and its dynamics. He cooperated with the teachers and took the feedback positively. He took extra initiative to create a presentation using the Canva digital application along with his model. His dedication towards his work was commendable.
Hi, my name is Tarun Vaibhav, grade 4B, and today I will be telling about my looking glass project about supersonic aircraft. I chose to research about supersonic aircraft because I'm really interested in learning about future combat and fast vehicles. And in the future, supersonic jets will be the source of both defense and offense. A supersonic aircraft is an aircraft that can travel at or faster than the speed of sound. During my Looking Through Glass project, I framed 3 lines of inquiry that I inquired about. Role of supersonic jets in both defense and offense. And the key concept is function. Advantages and drawbacks of supersonic jets. And the key concept is causation. Future supersonic drones. And the key concept is change. Supersonic inceptors that are only used for defense. A supersonic inceptor is an inceptor that can travel at supersonic speeds. An inceptor is a plane for defending against enemy aces. Hi, I'm going to be telling about how a supersonic jet works. Every supersonic jet has a tail fin or a delta. A delta wing or tail fin is used to control the steering of a supersonic jet to make it go left or right. Next, every supersonic jet has a long wingspan. The long wingspan is used for getting altitude. Every supersonic jet mostly has a window, and this window is made by glass that can withstand supersonic speeds. Every supersonic jet is made out of metal that can withstand supersonic speeds, or else it will just burn. Every supersonic jet has a very sharp front for cutting the air at supersonic speeds. Most supersonic jets, like this one, has these underwings. They are used for launching missiles, or sometimes they're even bombing rays. That's all the mechanics of a supersonic jet. There are different types of supersonic inceptors. There are night fighters which fight enemy aces at night. There are bomber destroyers which are specialized in killing bombers. And there are light fighters which don't hold too much fuel, aren't too tough to get rid of, and only guard less important territories. Heavy fighters which are harsh, hard to kill, and they guard very heavy territories or territories that needs to be guarded. A good example of a heavy fighter is the MiG-31. The role of supersonic jets in offense is supersonic fighter jets are mainly used to do air-to-air damage, as bullets are less efficient at high speeds or height. Supersonic strategic bombers are bombers that can travel at supersonic speeds as well as conserving fuel by not going supersonic until they are at the territory or place they want to bomb. The advantages of supersonic jets are that passenger supersonic jets can normally go around 2,580 miles per hour. And supersonic fighter jets have a highest availability because if a fight is going wrong in the sky, they could easily get out with theirs. The concept of a supersonic jet is a sonic boom, which happens when a, an aircraft is going supersonic, and a huge sound and shock wave that happens when a supersonic jet is flying, and that making a supersonic jet is very expensive and hard. A supersonic jet uses lots of fuel if it's going supersonic. Supersonic drones. In the past, supersonic drones were only used for scouting purposes. In the present, now they're used for warfare, and in the future, they might also be used for medical purposes. The first supersonic passenger aircraft was the Concorde. There aren't any more supersonic aircraft because there are no sonic booms allowed over land because they're too loud. Supersonic booms are created when sound waves are stacked or compressed. While going faster, they get compressed more easily. When they go even faster, then it just completely breaks the sound barrier. There's high pressure at the front edge. A sonic boom occurs when the cone intersects the ground, like this. The NASA X-59 is a low boom demonstrator goals. It creates a low boom design and it surveys human response to low booms. Its a long profile spreads out the shock waves. Lowering. The Concorde sounds like a loud crack of thunder, while the X-59 sounds like a car door opening. In the past, the F-18 sonic boom was super loud, while now the low boom sonic thump is way less louder. There are supersonic concepts in the news, like these. This is just a flight normal comparison. A Mach 5 can travel to Newark to London in about 1 hour 30 minutes. The conclusion of my Looking Through Glass project. Supersonic jets are fast and more efficient. They are useful to mankind. They save time, and you all know time is money. At the start of this unit, I was very excited to learn about supersonic jets. At the end of my Looking Through Glass project, I feel way more informative than before. The skills and attributes that I exhibited during my Looking Glass project, I developed thinking and research skills because I thought about what are supersonic jets, I researched about the drawbacks and advantages of supersonic jets, and I inquired about supersonic drones.
Thank you, Tarun. That was a detailed research and a complete unit of inquiry in itself. With that, we have come to the end of our Looking Glass presentations for the day. Thank you for joining us for this event. You have been a wonderful audience. Hope you all enjoyed the presentations. We as a school believe in homeschool partnership and the holistic development of the student. It was a pleasure to see the support extended by all parents to make this event a grand success. Thank you so much for all the support and look forward to continuing that. Please join us for more exciting presentations in the upcoming weeks. Thank you and have a good day.